VP, now presidential candidate Kamala Harris speaks with our dear brother Rickey Smiley. And in another story, Republican Nikki Haley defends VP Harris. Hell of a day. All right, let's go to it. Here it is.
Maybe an ambitious to some, but to me, very realistic goal of 25 million new small business applications by the end of my first term. And the way we are going to do that is, one, to help small businesses, right? And so we have lots of entrepreneurs, as we know, in the community, lots of folks who are innovative, who work hard, but don't necessarily have access to the capital that is necessary to start a small business. And right now, in fact, the average cost to start a small business is $40,000. But a lot of our entrepreneurs don't have that kind of capital. So my plan is that instead of the current tax deduction, which is only $5,000, I'm going to expand it to $50,000 to give people the leg up that they will need to be able to start a small business and have the time to build it up so that it is successful and it is profitable.
I was very proud of this interview. Rickey did a remarkable job. I'm happy that specific economic dynamics are being discussed. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. Obviously, many on the right have said she has no policy for economy, has no policy for this. No, these are exacting policies. For example, her statement about $40,000 to start a company, that is the average. And the vast majority of those who start companies do so with disposable income. Based on every projection and based on every historical account, Democrats or left-leaning policies give the person, the citizen in America, more disposable income than the Republican policies ever have, which contributes to increases in business ownership. However, it's not enough. So this is at least a decent conversation to create a cause and effect solution to the reason why. There's more. Here it is.
Also, please address the people who have an issue or concern with this idea that, you have not done or won't do enough to help people that are having struggles dealing with everyday cost of living.
So, here's the thing. Look, I know that groceries, for example, are still too expensive, and we got some work to do there. But one of the issues actually is an issue I've taken on in the past when I was Attorney General, which is price gouging, right? What we have seen with these big companies will take advantage of a crisis like the pandemic, or where people are desperate for groceries for certain goods and services, and these companies jack up the prices to try and take advantage of the desperation people have. So I will increase going after that kind of behavior, that bad behavior. It's called price gouging. But in addition to that, Rickey, a lot of the issues have to do with affordable housing. So part of my economic plan to build an opportunity for people to actually be on track to build that kind of intergenerational wealth that comes with home ownership. So that's why I call it an opportunity economy, is to help first-time home buyers have the money they need to make a down payment. So I'm going to be, in my plan, is $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. And that will help people just get their foot in the door, right? Because that's usually the biggest barrier.
That is correct. Biggest barrier, down payment. One of the top, if not the number one contributing factor to why individuals decide not to get a home or they're denied is because of excessive loans, which includes college loans. Okay, and Nikki Haley had something to say. Here it is.
Why do you think Kamala Harris has a 14-point lead in the gender gap among women?
I think it's because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance need to change the way they speak about women. You don't need to call Kamala dumb. She didn't get this far, just by accident. She's here. That's what it is. She's a prosecutor. You don't need to go and talk about intelligence or looks or anything else. Just focus on the policies. When you call even a Democrat woman dumb, Republican women get their backs up too.
Governor Trump called you Pocahontas. Okay. It's amazing to me how they continue to be apologists for Donald Trump. Oh, this is the advice I would give him. Donald Trump is hopelessly broken. Okay. JD Vance is broken as well. These individuals decided to bring their mediocre talents together and become two broken human beings running for president and vice president. It is a beautiful thing for Democrats in America. And you're right, Governor. You are absolutely correct. They have to start talking to women and about women differently. They ain't going to do that. Look at how they talked about you when you decided to be a team player, run for office, serve your nation, right? And then you face, well, the Trumpites, MAGA, and Trump himself. What makes you think they're going to do a pivot against their base and start campaigning in a different way? It has not happened prior. It won't happen now. Sharon, I understand why they're trying to say things that make sense now. However, they basically co-signed on this madness year after year, election after election. They gave this man a pass. Why now? Is this the time to say, well, you need to just talk to women differently? He didn't talk to you differently. Why would he talk to anyone else differently?
I don't know why we're still talking to Nikki Haley. I don't know why she's being invited for she's the biggest non-leader. She's never done anything because of conviction. She only does it when she has to. She looks to see which way the wind blows. She said he was unwell, unhinged, not qualified. And then she said, I'm going to vote for him. She's foolish. And I am glad that the nominee on the Democratic side, Kamala Harris, went and talked to Rickey Smiley, the master, to put her policies out there. Of course she has them, Dr. Richey. And at the debate, we heard him say dumb stuff, like when he was asked, what about childcare? And he said, and then and so on and so forth, like that beauty queen, when she couldn't answer the question. It was crazy. So one person's getting asked, what's your favorite color? The other is being asked about everything. It's crazy.
That is so interesting and so true. Donald Trump has not had a real policy discussion in an interview for years, right? Has not had to provide nuanced information, try to solve complex dynamics. But all of a sudden, the right, they are saying, we want Kamala Harris to do it, when Trump has no specific economic plan whatsoever, never really has.